I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know my phone got deep rooted issues. I think somebody is hating on my somebody's hating on my live. I don't know who, but I don't know who's hating on my live, but they hating on my live real hard. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Somebody gets mad, and next thing you know, my phone kicks off. I'm so sorry, y'all. Please go share this. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. This phone, I think somebody keeps blocking me. I don't know why. I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't do nothing to nobody. I'm just trying to bring up conversations that a lot of people don't like to talk about. So if you could share this so we can bring the people back in, I would greatly appreciate it. All right. So I'm not sure if you all saw that Kanye was here in Atlanta at New Birth this past Sunday. And I just wanted to, if you would like to come on, please send me a request. I would love to get people's thoughts. I'm not sure if you all have seen the full video. I saw the whole entire video. I thought my thoughts on I thought it was very good. It was very inspiring. Especially if you're in a place where you're trying to figure out which direction spiritually or religiously you would like to go. Hey, Antoinette, that's my girl from Kansas City. But if you are trying to figure out which direction you should go spiritually or religiously, hey, Sierra, I think by watching that, just my opinion, I think watching that, if you're in the younger generation of people and you're very and you're easily to be influenced, I think that watching that could open up your eyes to how God or whoever you deem to be God could, can and will use you. Now, I do have a couple of things that I wrote down. That was some of the comments that I like that some of the people were saying. Like I legit was writing down some of the comments that people were saying. They were saying a lot of people I agree with, and a lot of people I was like, okay, I can see that, and then a lot of people I was like, oh wow, So for everybody's perspective is different. It says whatever. This one person said, whatever to get them in the house of the Lord, for those that haven't been there in a while. So I think this lady or whoever this was talking to the CME Christians, Christmas, Mother's Day, and Easter Christians, those people that don't go to church, or those people that may that are really looking for a church home. Maybe that was the way. Girl, I know, sis. I don't know. Somebody be hating on my lives, girl. I ain't even do nothing to nobody. I'm just trying to spread, conversation and perspectives across the board. I don't know what the tea is. I'm sorry, y'all. But for those people that haven't been in a while, if you're easily influenced, I think you going there and seeing Kanye West because he was a celebrity, I think and I believe that could have been a way for you to decide what you want to do with your spirituality or your religious minded. I know, girl. I know. It was starting to pick up real heavy, too. Hi, everybody that's coming on. If you all could share this, I would greatly appreciate it so we can get our numbers back up, because we were having a really good conversation. But this is the second part of the conversation. Hi, everybody that's coming on. The topic at hand now is Kanye was at a church here in Atlanta. Well, it's not Atlanta, over in Decatur somewhere. Like, no, you wanted them over there. And, people have their reservations about it, and other people, was saying, God can change anybody. God could use anybody. So I'm just reading off, like I said, some of the comments that were being posted. And I just want, if you would like to come on and kind of give your feedback on it, on if you think this was a good move for him, or if you really think it was authentic, if you thought it was genuine, if you thought it was just a power move, or this, then the third. Me, I'm I'm optimistic about a lot of things. I do believe that God can use any and everybody, because He proves that. But other people have their own concepts about it. One of the people said, get your 1 minute clip and embrace the moment. Because in that space, because I was at my own church, tearing up my whole row, because I had to get my praise on at church Sunday. So I didn't even know Kanye was gonna be here, anything like that. I'm not easily influenced by celebrities or statuses, by people. That's just not who I am. However, I do like the fact that this particular viewer said, get your 1 minute clip and then embrace the moment. So what I took from that is that get your little 1 minute celebrity, video, and then put the phone down and then just go into a place of worship, because for almost an entire hour it was nothing but singing. And it was so beautiful. Neither did I find out after church was over. Oh, wow. So I thought, hey, it was great. It didn't take me anywhere, because I know the type of music and spiritual music that I like. But for somebody that's really trying to figure out and find out who they are, spiritually with God, hey, that may have been a way to get you to the church. This other person said, worship is worship. We are to be creative. We are to be as creative as our Creator. All I see is a creative way to praise. So this said, Jesus is the only star in the building. Well, Jesus is the only star in the building, but you do have I feel like if Jesus is the only star in the building, why are you bringing a celebrity in the church? And if Jesus is the only star in the building, if you want to come on, Kowalski, and kind of give your thoughts about that, I'd be more than happy to have you to come on and share your thoughts. Hi everybody that's coming on. Another person said, I think the Lord is and has begun a good work on Kanye, but before we let him lead worship, let's test the fruits for a season first. So I'm like, okay, I can go with that. So it's like, if the Lord is working on you, let the Lord work on you or whatever. But let's see where you are, because regardless of whether your mom was a instructor or whatever she was, I think that let the Lord work on you first. I can't speak on this. I'm Muslim. Oh, that's right, Jody, you're Muslim. So you ain't got to speak on it, but you can give your opinion or your perspective about it. Another person said, God didn't pick perfect people, but imperfect people. I mean, nobody's perfect. We're all striving, for perfection. So I'm just like, that just didn't make sense to me. God can use anybody. Now this comment, I thought I would love for somebody to come on and elaborate on this thought. And it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just 4 words. They said, hope he remains consistent. So if you are in a place spiritually where you are allowing God to come into your life, that means some things have got to die. You have got to really, 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 walk into this newness, walk into this new mindset, because the Bible does say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if you are going to, do that, then you may need to remain consistent. Sending you well wishes, my dear. Thank you, Jade. I appreciate it so much. And you are just out. Jade is absolutely beautiful, y'all. If y'all never seen her, y'all need to see her. She's absolutely gorgeous. Another person said that it was a beautiful moment. Kanye and his mind games. Somebody said that. Somebody else said that they felt the spiritual indeed. Another person said God is universal. He reaches everyone. So it does. I really would love for somebody to come on because I have questions. If anybody would like to come on, not saying you have to be, there's no right or wrong. This is no judgment zone. So you can give, this is your wholehearted opinion. But I would love if somebody would like to come on and give us your perspective on these questions that I have. Okay, Kowalski, I'm ready to add you. Hey,
Hey,
what's going on, boo?
how you doing?
I am good. I am
That's
good.
good.
All right, so you ready to answer my question?
I'm ready to answer your question.
Okay. All right. So, do you believe we will see more of this, or will this just be a one-time thing or a one-time deal when it comes to Kanye? What do you think?
I honestly think we'll see more. Like, I really don't think that he's doing it for show, or he's doing it for publicity, or he's doing it just for clout, as we say nowadays. I
Okay.
really think what Kanye is doing is helping the younger generation. And what I mean by that, helping the younger generation, is the people who don't necessarily just go to church, or who don't necessarily just listen to church music or whatever. Like the
Uh-huh.
song he did with So Anxious. Like, I just thought that was just genius of him, because number one, he is a musical genius. Not gonna
Oh,
knock
hands
it.
down. Can't argue with that.
And number two, just the lyrics that he chose to use when it
Hmm.
came to the song. So I believe honestly what Kanye is doing right now is just getting healing.
So
That's
you
just my
so
opinion.
you said he's doing what now?
He's getting healing
For himself.
for himself,
Okay. And
because
so,
we saw the switch up, or the confused quote unquote Kanye
uh-huh.
or whatever. So now that he is deciding to do Christian music, or switch up songs or his songs and turn them into Christian songs, it's
Uh-huh.
an issue with most people, I'll say,
Why do you think it's an issue?
because it wouldn't be such a trending topic as far as him being at Jamal Bryant's church, or as far as him, the Kanye we know, Gold Digger, or any of his other songs. As
Right.
far as we know, as what I'm trying to say,
You
as
know,
far
he
as we
had a
know
song
as
called
him,
Jesus Walks. So,
Jesus, and that was a good song in
right.
my opinion.
Uh-huh.
But I just think he's getting, like I said, healing.
So, okay. So, with him getting his healing, do you think that it's necessary to um, make it public, or because the Bible says they overcame by the word of their testimony.
Right,
So, is it just for? Is it? Do you think it's a publicity stunt, or do you really think that this is just genuine? Because I can't speak on anybody's walk. Nobody can with God, where they are spiritually, or religiously. I just feel that we just. For me, I just want to sit back and kind of watch the show,
right,
because because like some of the things that he was saying, he said God made things simple, and then he came back and said, use me how you may. So I took that as he was using that as a personal response to how he was feeling.
right. But I honestly don't think he's doing it for a show or a
Okay.
publicity stunt. I really
Because
don't.
I've heard this
Like,
isn't the first church he's been to. I heard he's going like on a
and it's
church
not.
tour.
He is, but the thing about it is, Kanye has been doing the Sunday service for a minute now, and I think most people just got in tune with it when he went to Jamal Bryant's church
Okay.
on yesterday.
Uh-huh.
That's something that he's been doing.
Right, because that was my first time ever knowing that he had been doing this church tour. Because like I
Right,
saw him when he remixed Aaliyah's song and put the words to it, and I was like, oh snap, that's what's up. But then when I saw my good friend Tidrin had tagged me, he was like, oh my God, Kanye West was in the city, and I was like, oh wow, okay. But I was at my own church getting in, so I mean that
right.
didn't. certain things don't affect me this, the way it does
Right.
other people. But I said, if he's reaching a generation of people that the older generation of people can't reach, especially when it
Right.
comes to religion, or
Right.
spirituality. I'm like, I'm for it if it's going to help them decide on which
To better.
direction
Right.
or which path they want to go.
And that may be something that it take for this nowadays generation, because at the end of the day, some people don't go to church for the word. I know when I was younger, I went to church just for the music because it used to sound good.
Right.
But now, I'm just being honest. But
Right.
now, like at the end of the day, certain songs will get me quote unquote spiritually fed, or
Right.
certain messages, depending on the person who's delivering the message, will get me spiritually fed also. So
Right.
I feel like this is the way to draw in the younger crowd. Number one,
Mhm.
like I said, the song "So Anxious" or the Aaliyah song or the SWV song. Like he took multiple songs
Okay,
and just
Antoinette, I see you. I got you next.
and just made them like Christian songs, and
Mhm.
the people that don't necessarily listen to Christian music, or even his fan base, they will listen to it because it's
Because
him,
it's
and
Kanye. Right.
that will draw them hopefully to Christ.
Right. Because I was looking at another live where a lot of where I watched two lives where people actually had an issue where he was saying some blah 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 blah. Just pause. Okay. So the guys that were doing their lives was bashing people in the church that were, I guess, coming against what Kanye was doing.
Right,
And I feel like this: you can't get upset with a person about an opinion because
right,
it's their perspective of religion and spirituality, the way they was probably brought up in it. So it's like you can't get upset with somebody or say, this is what's wrong with the church because he's always judging. Nobody judge. Even Kanye even said that. He said, I don't. He said people ask why I judge people so much. He said I don't judge people. I just have a comment about it.
right,
And so I was like, that makes sense. You don't necessarily have to judge a person to have a comment about something. You're not judging nobody if you just want to, state the way you feel.
right.
You know,
That's true.
I,
And but that's the thing that kills me with, may get in trouble for saying this, but I really don't care. That's what kills me with church people now. They always feel like certain things is judgmental because he's a rap artist or whatever. We don't know this man personal relationship with these
we don't.
mosquitoes and I'm sitting outside, but we don't know this man relationship with Christ. So who are we to
Right.
say that what he's doing is not sincere or is not real or anything like that. Like we as the people who believe in Christ, what we should be doing is yet praying for his healing, because it was actually his wife who put out the statement that he's being healed
Mm.
through doing the Christian music. And he has a new album coming out, supposed to be on the 21st of September. I don't know if it's going to be gospel. I was told it's supposed to be the gospel version, like, of what he's doing now, but
Mhm.
like I don't necessarily know. But if he does, that'll be dope. They had a problem with Snoop Dogg did it. Snoop Dogg ended up having one of the number one
He
gospel songs
sure
in the country.
did. And he
They
done
had an
cuss,
issue,
smoke weed, drink gin and juice. He do it all. And
and we
people
seen
still
it.
open up their arms to him. And his song went to number one.
Right.
Hey. Oh my God. My good friend Gage just came on. Oh my God. That's my good friend. That's like that my friend. That's
Hey,
my brother
Gage.
now. That's my big brother now. So I just feel like
But let me ask you something. You
okay.
growing up in the church, because I know you a church woman yourself, and you growing up in the church and being deep in the church. How does that make you feel seeing rap artists? I'm not even gonna call him a hip hop artist, seeing a
Right.
rap artist doing the things that he's doing.
Well, it doesn't bother me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we had artists. We always have had rap gospel artists. And so when it comes to music, period, regardless of the genre, the way it's being used and the context it's being used, I've listened to it all. That's just like the R&B groups, the girl groups back in the 90s, how they would have a long, about 10 songs on their album, but then maybe at the bottom they may have had one or two gospel songs like Destiny Child did and
Right.
Escape did. You know,
Right.
so gospel I think has just always been like a group for black people. However, it doesn't bother me because I even wrote this statement down. I said, you know, I'm here for the R&B, you know, gospel flavor of it. However, people need to realize that there is a lot of gospel sounding R&B music that's out there that
Right.
people don't even know. So with him doing that doesn't bother me. It doesn't excite me at all because I've you know my dad has always been into music. So,
Right.
you know, when he would introduce that type of music to us, you know, I was like, okay, that's dope. That's what's up. You know,
Right.
I mean, they got gospel. Some of the gospel music I thought was a love making song. I was like, ooh, what?
Right.
Ooh, you
If,
said
if
Jesus
and
in
since you
this?
brought that topic up, like Kurt
So
Franklin's his one of his albums, the one with Stomp and all them good songs on there. Like the song Love. For instance,
yes, love
they
it.
play that
But
on 101.7.
what? You know, but see, you know, we don't talk about that, and we don't recognize that a lot of gospel artists crossed over into, you know, R&B mainstream media. Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin, Mary Moore,
Camberell.
Leandria. A lot of these gospel artists crossed over into that, but that's okay. But then when somebody wants to do rap or cuss or whatever, and then they want to come over and do a gospel, you know, album or sing gospel in the church or whatever, I'm like, listen, you can do whatever you want to do. It doesn't
Hello.
matter. You know, now I do agree with what he did say. He said this holding each other accountable for how we treat each other. I'm for that because we I feel like if we're gonna hold each other accountable, okay, Kanye, you don't put it out here that you're on this spiritual journey, whatever you want. Now it's time. I am gonna hold you accountable to make sure that you
Okay.
understand, to make sure that you know that whatever journey you're on, I'm going to support you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to do whatever it
Right.
takes to make sure I see you succeed in whatever you want to, you know, whatever you want to do. But I just feel like if you're going to put out there, we have to hold each other accountable. If you see somebody doing something wrong, so don't get upset if
Right.
somebody see you doing some nonsense and they come and correct you.
But he's human at the same time.
Right,
But it's a
right,
way
right.
it's a way to correct people,
Yeah.
and that's what the people, I guess, of the church should realize. Also, it's a way to bring forth correction without bringing forth humiliation or
Absolutely.
embarrassment to that person.
You know, the Bible says love covers a multitude of sins. So that's why I feel like we have to hold each other accountable. You shouldn't you know spread people's business out like that. You know,
Right.
come pull them behind the claws and say, sweetie, you know, I see you doing this. Push pause for the cause. Let's revamp. Get it together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So there's a way to do it. But I tell you this, if you're gonna pull that person behind the cross and have that conversation, use Kanye's words to say hold them accountable because we have to. And the same
Okay.
standard he would want other the same standard he's gonna hold people to, other people need to hold him to those same standards.
So, do you believe that it's sincere what he's doing?
Me personally, because I'm an omniist, so I don't believe that there's one truth in for I don't think there's one truth for just one religion. I think there's truth in our religion. So I can't really say or speak on if it's genuine or not. Because like I said, I watched the whole entire thing. Yes, the music was good. I didn't get anything spiritually from it or anything like that. How you know, but that's just me. You know, certain
Right.
things speak to certain people
And
specifically.
that's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
so what he was doing, I would have rather just heard the Aaliyah song, to be honest with you. You know, and I would have preferred to hear, you know, his genuine song. You know, so I think that you know whatever he's doing, if it's going to reach the masses the way he wants to reach the masses, then I say we should give
That's
him
true.
that space to do that and applaud him because there's a lot of people out here that probably want to do it and
But can't.
probably let me tell you, we have been waiting on Fantasia to do a gospel album for
But you
years.
know what? I'm gonna tell you, and I'm finna be honest because I seen her live multiple times, in, just about any interview she do, because that's my girl. And just about any interview that she does, I'm tuned in. Any article that she's featured in, I'm tuned in.
Right,
Fantasia said she's anointed to sing anything. Number one, and she knows she got the oil. Number two,
right.
she also said that singing gospel music, because she's in the industry, won't pay the bills as much as the secular music does
Nope.
for her.
This is the thing. As your fans, we're not asking you to cross
But
over
if
because
okay, if
we
that's the
already
case,
know when you sing gospel, you destroy it.
she does
Period.
because she has the oil.
Right.
She
That
got
baby
the
mama,
oil.
somebody
But
poured the whole thing of oil on this baby. But we're not
the
saying. But we're not
the
saying.
bucket.
But we're not saying that. What we're saying is if because Fantasia started in the church, she crossed over to
Right.
secular.
And I'm sure Kanye started in the church too.
Absolutely. So it's like it's okay to go back and it's okay. I feel like this is my personal opinion. It's okay to sing gospel and sing secular music. Ain't nobody trying to stop your checks. I just wanna know if you're gonna put it out there that this is the type of person that you are now, then okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so it would be wrong for him to go back and do another rap
No,
album?
it would not be
No.
wrong because that's not
To
that's
us
not
it
for
won't
that's
be.
not for me to tell him what he should be doing.
Right.
My thing is if you're going to look at if you're going to
I
continue
agree.
on this church journey or this church, I call it a church concert, whatever tour or whatever, if that's what you're going to be doing to try to reach the masses, then you know what? Do that. Trust me, I'm so for it because I mean, many are called, few are chosen. That's all I'm gonna
That's
say.
true.
Many are
That's
called, but
true.
so very few are chosen. And I'm not saying if he's called or chosen because that's not up for me to decide. Only him and
But
God
see,
know the
I
conversation they've had between each other.
and that's true. But I don't think he's necessarily trying to be a praise and worship leader,
Oh,
or
right.
he's trying to be a right. He I believe he knows his lane when it comes to this
Right.
newfound music that he's doing.
Right.
But
And
what
it's
I honestly
beautiful.
wish it is,
It's
and what I
beautiful.
honestly wish that the people would stop doing is just giving him so much hell, because like at the end of the day, you gonna support the man or you not.
Right.
Either
And
way it go,
right. And
he's
and
still gonna have his supporters.
exactly. And it's okay if you don't support them. It's okay if you
His checks
don't.
still gonna flow in
Exactly.
regardless.
Period. Okay,
but
boo.
and
I
I
got some more people want to come on, but I appreciate you coming on and giving me your perspective. I love you so much.
I love you
And
too.
y'all, if y'all don't know, Kowalski is a singer in the middle Georgia area. He will slay you out for the gods. If you have never heard him sing,
Stop.
go on his page and listen to him sing. All right.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
boo. I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, Ian. So what did I miss about Kanye? Oh, we just got into it. We just got into it. Hey,
What's going
boo! Listen, you got headphones?
I do, hold on.
Okay. I got all my fingers
I
stuck.
before we start, I have so much to say about this because I have I have gone through what he's going through.
Okay.
Um and not at the level that he's going through. Can you guys hear
Wait a
me?
minute. There's still the echo. Is there still an echo, y'all? Okay, I don't hear it anymore. Go ahead.
Okay. The first thing I want to say is, and I'm gonna pull out my iPad because I'm gonna teach real quick.
Oh,
What
Lord.
has happened? What has happened with Christendom is that we have learned in these last seasons with the controversies of denomination, the controversies of spirituality versus church, all of that, we have become covetous. And covetousness is nothing but um a pure eye for judgment. We've always been judgmental, but we're even so more of that. Who are we to say what church is supposed to look like?
Absolutely.
Who are we to say that once a person does this, that they cannot return from that? That's what's wrong with us. We need to stop analyzing people's lives and reflect on our own lives. The Bible teaches us to bear witness. That's what we're supposed to do, bear witness. We've seen him in some dark
We have.
places. We all have seen him in some dark places. And now that he has came out and opened up his mouth and made a declaration to say, hey, I'm not doing this for any fame or fashion, because it was closed at first. His events like this were closed. They were invitation only. They were invitation only. Then the videos leaked out from somebody posting up the videos. So he was building this thing. I feel the Holy Spirit. He was building this thing in secret.
Uh-huh.
He did this thing in secret, and God started to reward him openly to clear and bear his witness. To clear and bear his witness. And that's what we're doing. That's what we as a body of believers, not Christians, should be doing. We should be bearing his witness and saying, hey, bro, I done been where you been. And I'm one of those people that can say that. I am a prophet
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
Most
I know
High.
you are.
Believe me, anointed. Baby, I see like I ain't seen before.
Period.
And I ain't bragging or boasting, but the anointing to prophesy is on
On
my
your life.
life.
And if you don't know,
And I
I
and I
know.
only sung in the, I'm telling you, I only sung in church. I only sung in church, was married to my wife, was faithful to my wife. Then I went and got into a relationship with a man and did all of that and broke it off with him. And now I came back to California and started singing R&B and secular music, and the church completely rejected me. But I found a place of love. I found a place of love, and God put me in that place of love. And now and now God is elevating me to a new place, into a new ministry, because my witness was bared in secret, and he loved on me again. And I started loving myself, and I came back to a right mind.
Uh-huh.
A right mind and a righteous mind. Nevertheless, I still sang in the club.
Come on, you better sing.
Still sing
That's
in the
your
club.
gift. So I'm not surprised.
It
That's
is.
your
And
gift.
your gift makes room for you and sets you before great men. Who knows what the people that I'm singing for can do for me?
I just want.
Or how they can put me in a new place. So with this whole thing, we just need to stop coveting. We're coveting this man. We're coveting him because it's actually a form of jealousy.
Oh wow. So you think people are jealous of him? Why?
That's what I really, it's a form of
Why do you think people
jealousy.
are jealous?
Because guess what? He's living his life,
Like it's golden.
his best
Like it's
life,
golden.
his greatest life, like it's golden, doing exactly what he want to do.
Right.
And many of us
Uh,
can't. And that's the problem. That's the issue. And that's the concern. But guess what? When we stop trying to focus on people and start bearing one another's witness,
mhm.
the way the Bible teaches, if you want to be a Bible
Come on,
buster,
Bible.
if you want to be a Bible buster and that's what you want to do, it ain't for everybody.
No, it's
Just start bearing the witness. Bear the witness and go on with your
I love
life.
it.
That's what people need to realize,
Yeah,
is that we don't know what's after this current one. So you better live it to the best of your ability.
absolutely.
Live it to the best of your ability. I'm telling you. And you know what? I don't really care what anybody says about me, because I am, for one, so liberated in the
Yes,
spirit.
you are very. Go ahead, extremely.
And not only am I liberated in the spirit, I'm free in
Yeah.
myself. And see, what I believe has happened is the reason why he has allowed himself to go public with his witness is because of the guilt of the things that he had to endure during this
You
process.
know, I like. You remember Bishop? What was that? What was that bishop name over there? Luke. Lord have mercy.
I know who you're talking about, the church that you were
Yeah,
at.
that over there. I like
Hmm.
something
Hmm.
that he said. He said we didn't meet ourselves until we met God. He used
Right.
to say that all the time, and I think that's what has happened. I think
Hmm.
he's met God in such a spiritual, not a religious. I think he's met God on a spiritual journey. And so
Right.
now that he's met God in this spiritual space, I think he wants to share that with everyone and say, you know what, you can come
The
from.
purpose of the
Uh huh.
Bible, the purpose of the Bible is to find your story in
Hmm.
it. And that's a simple thing. A lot of people ain't gonna get that from me saying that only.
Right.
The purpose of the Bible is to find your story in it and walk your story out. Let me tell you something. I was sitting there the other day and I was meditating, dear sister, and I thought about all of the times God cleansed the world. Didn't end the world the way they say it's gonna end, but He cleansed the world.
Uh-huh.
The first time with Adam and Eve, they didn't have no Bible.
But it
They
didn't.
had to walk it out on their own. Noah had to walk it out on their own. But see, now we got a manual. And we still so stupid that we can't even see all the signs that are happening in the world. What he said was gonna happen, that is coming to an end, to begin to meditate and live into a place of tranquility, in a place of Eden, like Donna Lawrence said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We can't even do that. We can't even do it. We can't even be liberated and be free in our
He's a
mind.
prophet. He's a prophet. They want to know if you're a pastor.
Oh no, I ain't no pastor. I ain't nobody pastor. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, no. But what I am is I am a spokesman of the truth
Yeah.
and of the whole truth.
Right.
You ask me, I'm gonna tell you the truth because I am one of those people. I am one of those people that walk in all truth.
Yes. 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 I. Ian, how long have I known you? For
We've known one another for a
a
long
long
time.
time.
We've known for, and now, baby, I got a male part, love, Saheed Rainey.
Oh Lord,
And
Sahid.
if you ain't slayed in no bed, and if you ain't laid in no bed with me, you can't call me prophetess. Believe me, tell him I'm the one you don't want to do that.
Don't bring it on
And I
him.
don't even want to be. I don't even want to be called prophet.
Don't
Just call
bring
me
it
Ian.
on.
I
Ian,
ain't the one.
Ian,
Trust me.
Ian, Ian. No, don't do it because I know you.
I ain't gonna do it. Let me tell you something. That's irrelevant because see, everywhere. That's what I just said. Is covetousness. That's a prime example of covetousness. Where did that come from out of the blue?
Right.
Obviously, you ain't living in your truth to the point where you can't be you.
Oh wow, I respect your sexual gender now. Oh, okay, okay, but I got somebody else want to come on, honey. I
All right,
love
you
you
got it.
so
Love you.
much. I love you. You're my heart, baby. All right, Tidrin, I'm adding you. Oh God, the guest has to come. Tidrin, not tell me something. Not now. What you add before? Oh Lord. Oh God, I can't. I'm drying off. Oh, drying off. Okay, got you. All right. Is there anybody else? Let me see if there anybody else would like to come on. Let's see. Is there anybody else would like to come on, like to be added? Please let me know. Let me see. I thought I'd be ready. I'm done. So, I mean, we've got a lot of different perspectives. I like it, and I love the fact. Oh God, and I love the fact that we have a give me like 30s, Lord Jesus. Um, oh, Trey, you want to come on? Oh, I'm so sorry. What you said, sis? I'm sorry. Well, we're just talking about Kanye West trying to go. D trying to go in. No, we're just talking about Kanye West and whether or not this what he's doing is going where. Oh Lord, don't y'all please don't start with my sister now, y'all. Listen, don't start my seat. Don't start my sister Deidre. Telling you, don't do it. Save yourself now. Don't do it. But we talking about Kanye West coming here to Atlanta. Like I said, I just okay. So you ready now? So we okay. Give me a second. So we okay, because I'm overly excited right now, so I'm trying to calm down. We're discussing him going to New Birth on Sunday, and Ian just gave us some information that what he was doing, he's been doing all over the country, but it's been closed. And however, it's just been I guess it got out, so now it's open. So I was reading some comments that people were posting on the video in regards to, whether they thought it was. Tell me it is. Yes, light bright is coming on. Yo, yo, yo. The sexiness is getting ready to come on. And a lot of people had some good things to say. Some people had some um, some bad things to say. I just feel like whether you agree with what he's doing or not, it's everybody's decision or opinion about what they want to do. It doesn't really matter. So, Tidrin, I'm adding you now. Oh, goodness. So I think it just depends on how you look at it.
Hey,
Hey, light bright, oh sexiness.
listen, I was like, okay, maybe I'll be able to put a shirt on real quick. Whew. Okay, look. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I'm not sorry. I apologize, y'all, for looking naked and foolishness. Just
That's
foolish.
how we got here.
Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna put my thing on the stand so I can put my
Okay,
shirt on. Jesus.
you can put your shirt on.
Okay. Um,
There go the
hi.
says. Listen, my sister Barbie, I think she is like secretly in love with you. I think y'all just need to go ahead and just work that out.
Barbie, I'm gay, honey. I'm gay. It ain't gonna work. You are a
Oh
woman.
my
It's not gonna
God,
work.
oh my
Okay.
goodness. Okay.
Whew. I know I look a little different right now, but all is
I
well.
know. Okay, good. That's
So
what I like to hear.
this let me catch my
Hey,
breath.
Sarah.
This whole controversy and an issue with Kanye West and Sunday service and et cetera, and the church being mad and the world being like, huh, or whatever, all of that. Um, I found out Sunday morning actually at like 8 o'clock that he was in Atlanta. I was like, but I had promised a friend that I was gonna go to church, and because
Uh-huh.
she's like about to go out of town and yada yada yada, and I was like, dang, I can't go see Kanye, but it's cool. I
Uh-huh.
thought I saw. I went to church. It was cool. I ended up after church getting on New Birth's Facebook, and they were live, and they were still worshiping and stuff, and I was like, oh wow.
Oh,
One of
okay.
my first initial comments was, dang, these people still got their phones out and they just still just recording, like they just sitting there recording. And
Right.
it's I think a big thing that the church, I would say, is feeling some saltiness about or whatever, is that it doesn't from the outside, it doesn't feel genuine. Um
Okay.
and I say that I can say that personally, it doesn't necessarily feel super genuine
Uh-huh.
when I see the people and when I see everybody in the crowd, like, yeah, like they're getting hyped. But what I see only from my eyes is they're getting hyped because it's Yeezy, and
Mm.
not they're getting hyped because this is a y'all. I know you can say whatever you want when I say this comment, but
Well,
this is like,
this is a no judgment zone. This is a
okay.
personal perspective zone. Everybody is allowed to say what and how they feel.
Okay.
Period. If you got an issue with it, that's your issue. But everybody has the right to state what they feel.
Sid, you are not pregnant. Stop. I'm through with
Ah,
y'all. um,
oh my God, Sandra, we may
um,
have to put you on the auction block, honey, and see if we can get you to the biggest seller, honey.
listen, but what I don't see is the people, yes, getting hype and with their hands in the air, worshiping with a worship leader. Now, I know people are like, well, Kanye West is not a worship leader, and I think you mentioned like, he's not trying to be a praise team leader, etc. I I
Right.
don't think he's trying to be that, but to be quite frank and to be quite honest,
Hmm.
he's a music leader. So if he's going to be up there worshiping God himself, at this point, he's not just a music leader, he's going to be a worship leader because that's
Uh-huh.
he's now stepping into that
Okay, Trey, I
office.
see you, honey. I got you next.
He's now stepping into that office of, hey, I'm because his whole point for it, like he had in an article, he had said that his whole reason for doing Sunday service was to heal himself. And
Mm.
so in that whole thing, he became a worship leader. He Y'all, is that crackling in the
Yeah, I'm
microwave?
getting a little feedback from you, honey.
Hello?
Okay, that's better.
Okay, maybe I should stop yelling. Dang, I always do that. It's like I'm some kind of Baptist
You
pastor
got
inside,
turned
and I
up,
don't
honey. You
want to
got
be.
turned up real
I
quick.
guess so. But I see
My
that
sister is going to
he's
seriously convert you over. Like, she's not playing.
okay. All right, that's fine. Listen, the church people would be happy. They're like, oh, he's finally straight. Fine, fine, fine.
He's been delivered. Oh
But
my God.
no, I
I'm sorry.
really
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
he stepped into that position of worship leader at this point because he's not asking from what I've seen, he's not actually asking people to look at him like Kanye West the performer. He's asking you to step into where he is right now in worship.
Right.
So I get that, people, like I said, like when they're seeing it, they're seeing the crowd and they have their phones and it doesn't look like what we're used to, the people that, are in church building and etc. What we're not used to seeing. Wait, not we as in me, because I'm used to seeing all kinds of different types of worship,
Right.
but we as in the church as a whole are
Hmm.
not used to seeing and have it labeled as praise and worship. it's
Right.
it's different. It's more tribal in a sense to me,
Yes.
especially when he first started. He was like out in the desert and stuff, and they were just having a good time. They were just, yeah, listening to instrumentals and stuff, and pieces of his songs and remixing that in the word, which I'm about to address that too. But it
Okay.
was more, it was pure. It was a pure thing. I really truly, to be honest, if we have been looking at Kanye West from the beginning, like years ago before his mom died,
Hmm.
um, you will see his influence.
Yeah.
You'll see his biblical and church influence. You see that. Not
Right.
even just with Jesus Walks, the main thing that everybody talks about, but just other things that he said and etc. in interviews or whatever. And then just things that his mom had said. So I don't believe, like I've seen a lot of people saying, he's just trying to capitalize off of gospel and yada yada or whatever, or just someone said mentioned like, apparently as someone had said that it's looking like he had fallen off and he's trying to get back on and he's using gospel to do that. If you look at this man's history, that's not the case.
Right.
I really truly believe he is earnestly trying to return back to his roots. Um, and in his interviews now, that's literally what he's saying.
And
Now oh yes,
no, I was gonna say, and there's nothing wrong with that.
at all.
Like one of the like has Sherelle, oh y'all, my sister Sherelle is on here. So what, like one of the comments that was said in the comments, because I went and looked at the whole, it was like an hour and some change. I went and looked at the entire thing because I wanted to see what other people were feeling. And because I see and view God differently, doesn't necessarily mean that that specific type of space was for me. Now, I do like what you said earlier about, everybody having their phones out and stuff like that. So it kind of didn't feel genuine. Somebody actually made a comment and said, get your 1 minute clip and then embrace the moment.
and embrace the moment. Like
Yeah.
I had like the gentleman that was on there before, I started busting out in tongues. I had said if I was there, I probably I I think I out of my love for Kanye West, the performer and the musician, I would probably want to like get a little quick video or something, or just like, oh my God, I'm here. And literally my phone would be either on the floor or in my
Yeah.
pocket. I'm not playing because I that is an atmosphere of worship. And for
Absolutely.
me being there and me knowing what I carry, the anointing that I carry inside of me, I'm
Hmm.
not gonna come there playing games. Like
Right.
if I'm gonna be thank you, God. I'm gonna be there worshiping in tongues. I'm gonna be there
Absolutely.
elevating the atmosphere because I don't want people to come to a concert. I want people to come to a place of worship and understanding of who God is and experiencing God for themselves
Right.
collectively.
Right. And that's when I saw that, I was like, okay, I said, is this a church? Is this a concert? When I saw it, because, I try to look at it from both angles, from people that are in the church and then people that aren't in the church. So if a person that was in the church, I would have been like, okay, this is not normal praise and worship. This is more of a concert here. Because I watched, there were some people shaking their heads walking out.
Mm, okay.
So I was like, wow. So, for different folks, different strokes. Everybody experience God differently. So for some people that may not have been the space for them to do that,
And
for him to do that.
I think so the majority of the people that are upset are people from the black church.
Yeah.
Um I have I've not actually been blessed enough to experience some of these quote unquote white churches in person. I
Hmm.
listen to some of their music, like there's groups like there's Planet Shakers, Hillsong United,
Yeah,
there's this
Hillsong
one
has some good
called
songs.
I love Hillsong. There's Jesus Culture, and then there's Bethel Music. And
Uh-huh.
what I've seen like from watching some of their worships and some of their like they call them spontaneous worship
Uh-huh.
um videos like on YouTube or whatever, they because they're free. They're free
Yeah.
because they weren't introduced to Christianity by way of slavery. They
Hmm.
weren't introduced to that. They weren't introduced to it in a way where we had to use church. And I found this out that we had to use church when we were slaves as a way to get off the field because they allowed us to be off the field during that time. And the
Hmm.
reason why our black church is so long, apparently, is because if they were at church, they didn't have to work. So
Mm.
they were there like all day, like we're
Wow.
drawing out our worship and stuff. And now that's unnecessary. We don't need all that. But
Right.
that's somewhere it came from. So with the white people, they when they got to experience Christ and Christianity and Jesus for the first time, or now even, it's out of freedom. It's like, okay, well, yeah, let's have church. It's an hour because we don't need to be here all day. And let's some of them on stage they paint instead of actually having their hands in the air worshiping. They're over there painting, and they're barefoot at church at a church building,
Oh,
barefoot on
wow.
the stage, and just they're painting, they're dancing, like all kinds of like, you know
There are
how
different
white people do.
forms of There's different
There's
forms of
so
praise
many
and
different
worship.
forms. There's so many different
Yeah.
forms, and unfortunately, like I said, the most people that are upset are the black church.
Which
Unfortunately,
I
they
don't know
don't.
what for, because black people live for a show because they don't want to do nothing in the church. Oh, did I?
But they really just there for tradition's sake, for religious
Sorry.
sake, for religion's sake, and not actually to get something, not to learn, not to fellowship with other people, not to worship God collectively, etc.
Sorry,
Yeah,
not
but
sorry.
it's all types. It's very different if you get to experience other cultures and other races or whatever worshiping God.
Hmm.
It's different. It's God, like I mentioned in the comment, God is too vast for all of us to look the same,
Oh,
to act the
absolutely.
same, to be the
Absolutely.
exact same, to worship the exact same. He's too vast. So another point I wanted to make, because I know I'm sure there's other people that want to get on.
Hmm.
Um, Someone had mentioned in the comments, she was like, "This is evil. Like he's just doing. It's just evil what he's doing, and etc." I'm like, okay, that'll make sense. But and then she had followed up her comment and said that what she was like, what I'm just my thing is why doesn't he just create new music, basically, instead of trying to like do these gospel remixes to his old songs, and then to that other song that's been on the main clip.
Oh, it's Aaliyah's song "Be Without You," and then there's a Genuine
Yeah,
song that he did.
that. So that to okay. So we gave, if anybody remembers, like back in like the early 2000s and 90s and stuff, when Kirk Franklin was like super huge and he was doing rap, and he was and everybody was starting to remix worldly songs and make them gospel. The gospel community, church people were upset about that. They didn't like it because they were like, why are you remixing this? We have our own creativity, yada yada. It's just a secular song. And then some of the songs are not even actually secular, they're just not Christian songs. People don't know the difference between secular and Christian. Secular is not, I'm singing a love song or whatever, or something like that. Secular is pride of life, pride in yourself, pride of lust of the body, lust of the eyes. That's completely different. um but people were upset that they started remixing those worldly songs and making them gospel. And so now that Kanye's doing it, people are like, "Oh yeah, this is this is awesome. He's coming to Christ and da 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 da." And it's like, my nigga, you made all these number one songs, all these poppin' songs from your creativity. Yeah, you may have sampled some things, but you created. He literally created songs and new music, new things.
Yeah.
Why don't you do the same thing for God? Like, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear the same stuff that's been put out. I don't want to hear you remixing somebody else's song. I get it. I understand it. It's fun. It can be fun and cute and whatever, but
Right.
the man, God put in Kanye West that talent that he has. This talent that he has for music, this gift, Kanye West, this genius that he has for music, God gave him that.
Of
God
course.
gave him that.
Of
So
course.
it's like, Kanye, you don't have to try to take what's already been done and rework it and try to be like, okay, well, I'm trying to be Christian, but I don't want to step, on too many toes. So I'm gonna just remix this, and then because I'm scared that I might be scared that I don't know how to come up with Christian lyrics. Like, I really think that might be a thought in his head, that he's maybe a little bit anxious or hesitant to create something completely new from his own mind, with his own words in there, worshiping God and telling his story. And that's exactly what he needs to do. I I don't I don't I don't hate what's happening. I'm not like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing. I kind of was like that for a while. Because I had been praying for Kanye for years. Like,
I
I
think a
saw
lot of
this.
people have been praying for him.
I saw this years ago. I saw this happening. I saw this. So I was like, him, Beyonce, Rihanna, and Nicki. For some reason, those four have just been in my heart. Like, I mean, for real. And then I don't know if you remember when Nicki Minaj was on Tasha Cobb's song,
Tasha Cobb's song,
I'm Getting
yeah.
Ready. If you go on YouTube and look at some of the comments from the church people,
Oh yeah.
why she on a gospel song? She was just twerking last week. Okay, and what were you doing last night?
Right.
What were you doing last night?
That's just like what I brought up. I'm not sure if you was on when I made this
I wasn't.
comment,
I didn't get on.
but back in the 90s, a lot of the R&B girl groups would do their songs, Escape, Destiny's Child, SWV, and then at the end, they would have like the little bonus tracks, and they would have like
Gospel medley.
Gospel medleys.
Yes.
So it's like, come on. This has just been a part of the whole culture the entire time. Like, y'all is tripping for absolutely no. GetYourLife.com. Let people be people.
They're unfortunately really, really stuck in tradition and religious. A lot of people don't understand the difference between religion and what Christianity was supposed to be, and God, basically.
Right.
They don't understand that there's actual difference. And so people that are in the church and the leaders and worshipers or whatever else, they're still going off of religion. They're going off of tradition. It has to be just like this. We gotta look just like this. We gotta sound just like this. You can't wear this. You can't do this. You can't, or else you're not gonna be holy. It's like, but that ain't it. And
That's
you
not
are
who
being
God
an
is.
elitist, and they're being an elitist. They're being elitist. They
Yeah.
brought that elitist mentality into the church, and that saying you can't be here. You is gay. Oh no, no, you can't. You can't. Y'all can't, because you not holy like us. And the fact of it is, they're not holy.
Yeah.
They're not righteous. They're self-righteous, and they're not getting anything of it. They're not getting anything from God. They're not progressing further in God, because they're trying to shut out people who have a genuine desire to know, who is this God y'all talking about?
Right. I'm interested to know what I guess it's Naisha Michelle. She said you give these celebrities an inch, they try to take them out. I wonder, what does that mean?
She's okay. So she's the person that made those comments that I mentioned. And so, yeah, maybe we do want you to elaborate, because
Yeah, I would love to have her on to kind of, so she can kind of give us her, give us her opinion and her perception of that. I would love to have
that
her
sounds
on.
really, it sounds really elitist. It really does. It sounds really like you can't sit with us,
Wow.
and that's not God.
No, because I like something that I call, shaking my head, I call it gender.
You
Okay.
can.
Well, Miss Nige, not, oh God, I'm so sorry for messing up your wrong, Miss Michelle. I'm not sure if you're married to Mrs. or Miss, I don't know, Michelle. I would love for you to come on and kind of give us your perception, and your view on that. But I like something that Unbiased said. He said, why do people refer to God as He? And that's something that I learned when I was in seminary at McAfee at Mercer in my master's program. And they were saying, a lot of times, because we've been conditioned to call God, He and Him, because of who we think God to be, because of Him, of this masculinity mindset that we've given God. And I thought about that. I was like, God isn't a gender, because I look at God as spirit.
But
So
literally, gender came from God. Male, female, whatever gender, it came out of God.
yeah, male and female came out of God.
I really believe the only reason that God presents God's self as Him is, I don't believe humans would be able to handle if God presented God's self as her.
Wow, you don't think so?
I really
I've
don't.
always said God is transgender, like I am.
I, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Get out of
I've
my
always
head.
said, because we're created in His likeness, in His image, and I do believe that God does manifest both male and female
Well, yeah, because, and
perspectives.
if you, and that's why it's really important to read the Bible, and not just read the Bible, but understand the Bible, and also not just understand the Bible, but understand how to read the Bible.
Savannah, you
Because
just said that.
you,
Look at what Savannah
yes.
said.
Oh,
If
let
the
me see.
devil comes in many forms, why can't God? I'm about to throw my whole. I can't throw
But
this.
that exactly.
She said that.
Now,
Yes, Harvey. Yes.
let me
Okay,
see.
I got to bring Trey on, honey. I got to bring Trey on, because we can go back and forth
Okay,
all day. I got to bring Trey. Trey, I'm getting ready
okay,
to add you, baby. But yes, please, Cedra, please stay on, honey, because
I'm
I would
staying
love.
on.
Yes, please. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right, Trey. I'm getting ready to add you, baby. That is everything. I keep telling people, God is everything. He's universal. God doesn't know absolute. God doesn't know or see gender. Hey, boo, what's up?
Nothing much, my love. Nothing much.
So
Can
I
you hear me?
know you have an earful. I know you have a lot to say.
Ooh, I have been on ever since the recent issues about Sister Girl.
Yeah.
For a moment, I felt like you was attacked, and I was about to be like, But Miss Barbie had cleaned it up for me. She cleaned
Yeah,
it up
yeah.
real good for me.
And I have to tell people, you know, you have to learn how to be open and don't take things personally. But I would never take anything that my sister says personally because I know it comes from a place of love and correction. Because I can be wrong. I tell people all the time, I don't need to know everything. And there's always room for growth in any and every conversation and perspective. That doesn't necessarily, I can come to an understanding of that, but it doesn't necessarily mean I have to agree, you know, at the same time. But I would, yeah, my sister would never, you know, intentionally do that. So, yeah, okay, the floor is yours, floor is yours, floor is yours.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but Marta, you know what it is. So I appreciate this conversation that's going on because it seems like it has been a streamlined conversation throughout the entire day at work, here, and everything. But I am having so many mixed feelings about this right now
Wow. Okay.
because the thing is like we are dealing with a spectrum of the fake and flakes again,
Of the
where
who?
of the fake and flakes again.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so when we talk about the fakes and flakes, we're talking about the churchgoers who is really there
Mm.
for being sincere and who is there only for the cloud. And
Uh-huh.
so now I understand the whole entire thing is like, hey, man, the lane is just yep, absolutely. And so I'm sorry, I was reading about the thing that was before. Let me
Okay.
slide over. Slide this thing over a little bit. It's not gonna slide. It's not gonna slide. Okay, whatever. So, but my thing is this: is that people are finding people label him problematic for quite some time, and
Okay.
yet now he's in the church. He's no longer problematic. He is considered to be in certain people's eyes, for those who had actually been talking about him for so long, they find him, oh, he's not problematic no more. He's finding his roots is spinning into that whole entire area that he needs to be. He's finding healing. That's cool. That's wonderful. But then we talk about the whole entire thing about his mental health. Is he doing this as far as like his that has been prescribed by his therapist, that you know this is something that you might want to get back into to find
Mm-hmm.
where it actually stemmed from. So it could
Mm-hmm.
be the fact of his healing, or is it something that again, is it something to produce some kind of form of cloud? Because my concern is this: when you talk about healing, it comes in many forms. Yes, it does,
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
but it can come in a simplistic form as well. And it doesn't need a full congregation to actually present that form of the healing.
Mm.
This is my second thing. Yeah, my battery's going low. But this is my second thing that I
Go
really
ahead.
have an issue with is that the person that you are naming problematic, y'all accepting him with open arms, but the person that is living truthfully in their truth,
Ooh.
y'all will go ahead and shun them away or put them on blast saying that you're not doing what's supposed to be done. You know I was about to go there.
I know. Hold that. Keep talking, honey. Child.
And so now when you have this is like a contradiction to me. This is a serious contradiction for the church. Not I mean for if a when you have spiritual
Mother.
leaders, well, hello. When you have spiritual leaders that understand the dynamics of the church and how you're going to cause an uproar, you would not allow that. You would not allow that at all. You
At
will understand the
all.
principles of what's going on and keep it in that whole entire Jesus Christ. But you really understand that there has to be a certain level of order. There
Woo.
has to be a certain level of order, and I don't think that was in order. I mean, if there was a concert, if there was supposed to be a concert, I would have accepted that. I would have accepted that. If it was something that for his healing, okay, he needed to be out there in the congregation.
Uh-huh.
And I did have a problem with the. I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong. I love the music. The music was very nostalgic for me. I felt something, but I'm not saying that it was a spirit. I felt there was more nostalgia because I was able to resonate with those songs, and it brought up old feelings for me, both
Mm-hmm.
joy and hurt. So that's nostalgia. That is absolutely nostalgia. So I can't. It's you. You talking about a very. You talking about it, and I get the fact that it was. I mean, I'm just not hearing about it. Was being secretive that a lot of people are not talking about it. It was not meant to be done like that. But the thing is that you know, if you know the truth, if you absolutely know the truth about living in your truth
Uh-huh.
and doing it in spirit and in truth, this is a total contradiction in my opinion.
Ooh, ooh,
This is
honey.
a total contradiction. And
Ooh.
I, I
And
saw the
I
video.
wish I could disagree, but I can't because I've been sat down because I lived in my truth. So I can't even disagree on this
Thank you.
subject. And then let me tell you something else. It's not even just that. There are people that have done things right in the
Mm-hmm.
church that
Mm-hmm.
still got sat
To the T.
down
To the T.
because they didn't do things the way that the people in the church wanted them to do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And this, and I'm not okay. So I saw somebody say that I'm judging. I'm not judging Kanye.
No, 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 no. We're
No, no,
not
no.
judging them. No,
That's
no, no.
not what.
This is a no judgment free zone here. This is all
Mm-mm.
perspectives. This is all
This
perspectives.
this go beyond Kanye.
Oh yeah, this
This
because
goes
see.
about the
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm just gonna keep drinking.
because the thing is that you are talking about a dynamics of a church and a dynamics of a church that has not yet changed or is in the process of changing, but still you have to inch this. It has to be like an inch worm kind of thing. Now, yes, people were worshiping in the spirit. They was worshiping, but how many people are up there worshiping with people in their truths? How many people are up there worshiping in the haunted aspect that it is what it is? I'm a person that looks on it at all spectrums because
Yeah.
when you are talking about being in a place of worship,
Hold on,
you have to.
Cassandra. I would love. Hey, Cassie. I would love for you to come on and give us your perspective, boo.
Because my thing is like I know that the dynamics of church is changing, and I'm appreciative of that. But if you are changing the dynamics of the church, don't change it for your people. Change it for all people.
Right. Right.
As the Christ supposed to have been, Christ died for the church. He didn't die for a sector of people.
Right.
So it. I find this situation, not Kanye. I find this situation highly problematic, first and
Right.
foremost, and it is a contradiction to what it is meaning in a form of worshiping in the spirit and in truth.
Right. Wow. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Cassie, Cassie, I'm gonna add you on because I definitely want to get your view um on this situation. So Trey, thank you so much for coming on, boo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your insight. And like I said, I wish I could disagree with what you said, but if we can get into a place where we can accept Kanye and bring him back into the fold and respect the space and the healing that he's in for himself, we should be able to do that for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Period.
Period. So I'm here for it. Thank you so much, Boo, for coming on. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome, love.
Okay. Okay, my girl. Y'all, here come the truth. Here comes the truth. She's finna come on. I'm just gonna keep drinking my bottle because I really can't. Mm-mm. Mm.
Hello.
Hey, Boo!
Hey. I'm talking, so you got to remove yourself, honey. I'm getting ready to talk, so you need to sit down. Okay, why can't it be all of the above? How about that? Why
Okay,
can't
go
it
ahead.
be a
Go, come
power
on, sis.
move?
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Why can't it be a power move, a financial gain? How can it be another tactic to bring people to the fold? Why can't it be all of that? You know,
I believe that it. I believe that it can. I believe that it can be. I just think people are so caught up in tradition and the way they view church. That's why I believe people have taken issue with it.
that's not true. That's a cockamamie excuse. You know why?
I
Because we
think so
wouldn't have
too.
affirming churches.
There are a lot of farmer churches here in Atlanta. I
We
tend
wouldn't be able to wear makeup, earrings. We wouldn't be wearing St. John's to the congregation because we wouldn't be able to do that. That's a cockamamie excuse. Y'all
mhm.
sit here and let y'all pastors fornicate, sleep, make babies, all of that, and y'all forgive them.
Oh, snap.
Now I've been raised in the church all my life.
Mm.
I know how. Like Shirley Caesar said, I've been around mama, or let me say, Albertina Walker said, I've been around y'all all my life. Was that Shirley Caesar? I've been around y'all all my life. I know how y'all work, and that's
Ah,
okay. But
okay.
my thing is, I look at it like this because I am a musician myself. I'm a singer.
Okay. Hold on one
I look
second.
at it,
Fitz, I would love for you, if you would stay on, Fitz, I would love to bring you on to get your opinion about that. Go ahead, sis.
but the Bible said if I be lifted up, I'll do the drawing.
That's what it said. Now that's in the
So
book.
if he can make an ass talk, then okay. A broken clock could be right twice a day. Not only that, Kanye West is bipolar. He's clinically diagnosed as being bipolar.
Right.
And I've been around people that are bipolar, and when they go through times, they reach for a spiritual attribute
Mm-hmm.
to
Because they're up
understand their
here some days
diagnosis.
and then they're down here some days.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster ride for bipolar people. Because I was this close to being diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Now, and I'm not saying I feel like what he's doing is genuine, but I think it's seasonal. I think it is seasonal. I don't think it's something that we're gonna see as a staple.
Because
So I don't know
I was
why
gonna
people getting
ask you
all.
that. I was gonna ask you that.
I don't think it's. I think it's temporary. I think right now Kanye is multifaceted, and as an artist, you want to be multifaceted, multidimensional. You don't want to be this. Just he's already been that way. If you listen to his music already, he takes a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He's just an artist.
Yeah.
And if his roots are if his roots are down into the church, he's gonna draw from that,
Like, and I'm pretty sure you heard me say, like, a
like
lot of
any other
artists back
artist.
then. Absolutely. Especially like somebody mentioned Fantasia earlier. She mixes gospel joint with all of her music when she
Most
goes
singers,
live.
most R&B singers too. Jodeci, Casey and JoJo came straight out of church. They was in a
Straight out of
gospel
the
group before
church.
they even became an R&B group. You have
Uh-huh.
Aretha Franklin. Her daddy was a pastor.
Sure was. And
She
he was
sung in
highly
churches
a
before
bishop, I
she
think
ever
it
did it.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a bishop.
Yeah.
And he was a revolutionary. He was revolutionary because he hung with the singers and the chitlin circle in that time. Plus, so he was different. So a lot of bishops and pastors didn't understand him being fellowship with them, but he
Mm-hmm.
understood that things change.
Right.
Sometimes you got to meet people where they're at. Now, for me, and I'm gonna say this, and maybe this is where we need to be honest. Me
Okay.
as being in church all my life, yes, it sounds weird to me to hear so anxious in gospel lyrics.
Okay.
That's just, it has an emotional knee jerk. But
Right.
that doesn't stop. Maybe that's not gonna catch me because I'm already caught. Maybe
Right.
that'll catch Susie over here
Yeah.
that's in the club.
Uh-huh.
You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it ain't gonna get me that way.
Different folks,
Now,
different strokes. That's what I say.
different strokes. So it don't, like, I can't get with the gospel rap, but I don't knock it. Because if that's the ministry and if it's drawing people,
Uh-huh.
then that's what it is. Why can't we look at it as an assembly line? Y'all want him to catch, fillet it, cook it, fry it, and serve it. Maybe he's just doing the catching. Somebody else need to come in.
Yeah, I think that's where you got Kanye, you had the director, you had the choir, you had the band. So
But
everybody's
just
doing
that
playing their
in
part.
general, him catching it in the way that he's catching it. How about we have the pastors come in and do the teaching? The
Mm,
mothers come in and do the nurturing.
okay.
Why
Okay.
can't it work as assembly line? It don't have, y'all want him to do it all.
Uh-huh.
And then you wonder why then y'all scared because y'all know he's egotistical. Let's put it on the table.
He
He's egotistical.
can't lie about that.
But then y'all get upset if he gets egotistical and think he God. Well, y'all expected him to work miracles. He's not gonna work no miracles.
No.
Keep him in the lane that he's
Yes,
in.
Valerie. I agree with Valerie. I agree with what she said. She said Kanye is reaching people that a pastor would never be able to. And I said,
And
and I said that earlier. I said because there is such a generational gap in churches, of course you need somebody that's going to be able to reach people that the pastor who's been preaching for 40 years, that's 80 and 90 years old, will never be able to reach somebody who's in their teens, 20s, and 30s now. Never.
Right.
So
Yeah.
all of that plays a part. So that I'm with you on
That's why I
that.
said work as assembly line. Let
Yeah.
him catch the people. Then once he bring them in the doors, then
Yeah.
y'all work on them.
Like the Bible says, we're many parts, but we make up one body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't understand why it's such a, I don't, y'all as church folks, because this is where, because the people that are not really religious, they're more spiritual or whatever, they really don't have a problem with it because they understand where it's at.
Right. Because I don't. Yeah.
The church folks got something to say about it. And that's where you're going to miss your people. I've been in church and I get it. Some things it's just been tried and true. I get it. I
Yeah.
do get it.
Uh-huh.
It's been tried, but nobody's saying that doesn't work anymore. What we're saying is we need some new blood in there to circulate it. And if
Yeah.
Kanye's the person to kind of trouble that water a little bit, then that's just what it is. I don't put him no higher than what he's already presented. He's an artist.
That's it.
I don't put him as no mega mass director, choir, pastor, apostle. I don't do all that.
Right.
Y'all put too much on this man. All
Yeah.
he doing is coming to church service and being a guest musician.
That's it.
That's all he's doing.
Oh, Antoinette, they want you to sing something.
No. 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 I can't do that.
You said, no, I can't do
I
that.
come to speak. No.
If Brandon, if you're still on here, I would love to bring you on, Brandon, if you're still on here. Oh my God, because I was reading some of the things he was saying, and I definitely want to get his opinion. And Valerie, you too, if you would like to come on, or anybody else, just send me a request. But yeah, I like that. I think we have to. I like what you said. We as spiritual people, we get where the whole scenery and we get where it's coming from. But if you're so caught up in tradition and the way old church is, not saying there's nothing wrong with it because that may have worked for a specific generation. But now it's like, no.
Well, I think it's so much. To me, it is. I think they need to be
Harvey,
more open because the church.
Thank you, Harvey.
The churches are empty.
Uh-huh.
The churches are emptying. The churches are emptying. And they need to understand, what do we need to do to bring people in? Because the churches are just empty. They're not as packed as they used to be. So you need a new way. If Kanye coming in, and you never know how God works. God may send Kanye to come all the way to Atlanta to save one person.
One person. That's all
it might have just took him to come and say that one person. Everybody else may have missed the boat. Everybody else don't get it. But Judy over here and got saved because Kanye West and came down and something about it touched her.
Job well done.
That's all that matters. Is it about saving souls or looking good? Because if y'all could take Fantasia, whether she's singing secular or gospel, y'all are sounding real hypocritical because she sounds like she's from church.
Yeah.
That's why I call bull crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's my take on it. I just think let's just keep it where it's at.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Harvey, I am bringing you on. Ooh. Harvey, do you have headphones?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Harvey, we're going to have to bring you back. Okay, Tidra, you sent me another request. Okay. Let me see. Okay, it's not doing anything. Okay, so if anybody would like to come on, Harvey, I'm not sure what happened. Let me try to add you again. Yeah, I'm not sure. Excuse me, I'm not sure what happened. If you have headphones, that would be great. Okay. Harvey?
Is this thing on? Let me know.
Okay. Okay. It's going in and out, and looks like you're freezing up on me.
Uh, hold on. Let me try something. It's a one in and out. Let me try it with my iPhone. Give me one.
Oh, Harvey. Okay, your connection is bad. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right, Tidrin. Okay. Well, now I'm not sure what's going on, but I would have loved to have heard Harvey's perception on that. Yes, that was skin, Trey. Lord have mercy. Listen, the saints ain't praying for me and Trey, cause we on this celibate journey. Help us, Lord, help us. But if anybody else want to come on and give their perspective, please press the add button. But I think what we have to do is learn how to just say, you know what, however people reach the masses, that's just what we do. It doesn't matter how we do it, as long as people are getting saved, and filled with the Holy Ghost. That's just what it should be for everybody. Everybody's journey is different. I can't tell people whether you having Kanye there was right or having him there was wrong. Only person that knows that is Kanye and God. And if what he's doing, okay, you're saying add me now. Okay, so I can't add you, sir. Tidrin, you need to send me a request. So if whatever works for people, if it works for them, allow it to work. We can't hold people in a space of well, I shouldn't say we shouldn't confine people to just a certain way of getting and receiving God or whatever spiritual or religious relationship they're trying to get with whomever they call God. Because like for me, like I said, I'm open to all different types of perspectives when it comes to spirituality and religion, because I hold true to how I feel. Okay, teacher, I see you. I hold true to how I feel that not one religion holds the truth for everything. There is truth in all spectrums of religion. So I'm getting ready to add you, Tidrin. Stop coveting. Hey! Stop coveting, saith the Lord. Hey, light bright.
I cannot with y'all. Hi.
So what's going on?
First of all, I don't know if you saw my comments. I put 2 comments on there and I said we need to have a live panel discussion. Like for real. Like for real, because
So
the
okay, so
things that
I'm gonna tell you my reason why I
okay.
don't do I don't do panels,
Okay.
because people are easily offended by what another person says, not unless you are just one of those people that can take what somebody is saying and don't easily get upset about it. That's what I was sharing with Trey today, because he actually said the same thing. I said I don't want people to get into a combative space where one person is over talking the next person
Okay.
and nobody's perception or point of view is heard, because I feel like everybody's point of view is valid, because everybody is looking at this situation from their own lens. I can't
Mm,
look at it from yours. You can't look at it from mine.
right.
So, in order to have a suitable and honest conversation,
And
it's
productive
easy, and a
conversation.
productive conversation, it's easier to bring on one person at a time, let
Okay.
them say what they got to say, and then if somebody has something to say about it, they can follow up with it. That's why I said this space is not a space of judgment, because I don't want anybody to come out here and think that their position is right and or it's wrong. Whatever you feel, that's what you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What? Why is there an echo? What the heck? Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I hear you talking in my ear, but you're not talking right now.
Oh, it's delayed.
That's lame. Okay, but you can't hear it? Okay, so it's just me. I'll ignore it. It's fine.
Okay.
Um, I it is. I'm about to hang up.
Okay, go ahead. Hang up. Come
I'll be back.
Okay. So, excuse me. So, like I was saying, we have to be careful how we open up ourselves and our opinions and our criticisms to other people. I think we have to make sure that we listen to people versus hearing people, and don't fall into that space of judgment, because I don't want anybody to ever feel Harvey, you silly. I don't want nobody to ever feel like what they say is not valid, because what anybody says on this platform is definitely valid, because it's your experience. It's everything that comes along with you that makes it valid. Okay, Tidra, we finna try to work out our soul salvation with this, honey. The echo is the spirit of God. That's I can't. I cannot.com. I can't.
Harvey's
Harvey,
comment.
I can't.